Does it sometimes feel like you don't get anything done? Well, in that case, you're not quite alone. I have to admit, I feel like this very often myself. I did feel like this when I was working as an employee, and I do feel like this even more so as a self-employed person, for the simple reason that obviously much more depends on me being productive than it did in the past. At least it feels that way. And whenever I look back, be it just a day or a week, I get the nagging feeling that I could have done more, that I haven't achieved enough. And I believe that this is down to the way I perceive, and in general everybody perceives, achievements. Very often what we do are little things that lead to a final result becoming a reality. And it sometimes is difficult to realize how important those little things are and how much effect they have on the big picture. So at the end of the day, it feels like you haven't really achieved anything because nothing obvious has changed. However, you've laid a lot of groundwork for bigger things to be finished at some point in the future. Looking back a day or looking back a week can be too short a period to actually assess this. So I found my own way of dealing with this. For one thing, I have an agenda where I note what I'm supposed to do during every day. And that usually happens. So that's already quite a good way to check in with myself, with my plans, with my achievements. But another thing that is quite useful is to simply note whenever you've finished something during a day. And whatever small thing that was, just write it down. Because it's exactly the small things that we forget about very quickly, even though they are important and they have to be done. But once they're done, they're out of sight, so we forget about them. Write them down. And at the end of the day, look at the list of little things that you've done. And most likely you'll be very surprised how many little things you've done and how important they actually are. Because once you read them, you realize, okay, I had to do this because, and this is finished and can now lead to that other thing because. And that thing is actually quite powerful, especially if you accumulate that information over, let's say, a week. And you look back a week and you suddenly have a list that is very long of things that you've done. And it becomes more obvious that you've actually been active. And you feel better for it. You can more easily let go of that feeling, oh, I have to work in the weekend to catch up with things that I haven't been able to do. Because you realize that you've actually done quite a bit. Give it some thought. Maybe try it out in daily life. And maybe let me know if that works for you and if you have any effect from it. Stay clutter aware, especially when it comes to your head. Come back next time, and until then, bye now. If you want more, there are options. Select the eye icon on the top right to visit the website, click the round logo to subscribe to this channel, or select the playlist in the middle to see more content.